Hello guys and welcome back to a new video. My name is Lan, and as you can see I scaled my brand to more than 600k a month brand with a high AOV offer with kind of decent conversion rate. And in this video I'm going to be talking about 5 different things you can implement inside your brand right now to start scaling. Okay, so what I changed, so I went from around 50k a month to more than 600k a month. In like a quick recap, first things first are your cost of goods. So at this point, I want to talk more about your AOV, cost of goods, because this is really connected. Because if you can optimize this, you can make much more net profit per purchase, which leads to you pushing more spend inside your Meta ad account, right, and scale further. So first things first, what you can do is just, you have probably know your own supplier. You have to figure out if you can lower the prices with your current supplier, with your current agent. If not, you must immediately start reaching out to different agents, to different platforms offering you better prices. Okay. Once you grow, you will see agents will start contacting you like from your store's Gmails and will offer you better prices. Like one thing is you can take a trip to China, and this is like the safest way of how you can lower your cost of goods. But if you don't want to go travel to China, you can just outreach more agents. Okay, probably you have friends doing e-com, ask them about their experience, their agents, they can give you their contact. Also, you can find new agent inside our community, which is linked down below. So this thing can lead you to something really interesting. Let me show you something over here. I will right now, because this is going to be another yep session from my part. Okay, so let's take an example of, I don't know, $30 cost of goods. Okay, and then let's take it to I don't know, 40 and 20. And now you will see what kind of the difference this makes. So first of all, you guys should optimize your selling prices to be at a premium price. So what you want to do essentially is charge for your product a premium price, which you can sell it based on your superior marketing. Also, you can do that by positioning your product into different niches where your product haven't been introduced yet. So now, if we take, let's say we are selling our product for, I don't know, $150, okay? And um, right now you can see 3 different price points right here, and the profit with the $20 cost of goods, not cost of goods, selling price, margin, selling price. Is going to shift and it's going to change at each step. But like this is basic maths. But what's interesting is if we take, for example, you are at this point here. So you have cost of goods at $40. Your competitors managed to decrease their cost of goods to $20. And now you are selling at the same price. But there is a $20 difference between your competitor and yourself. And now your competitors have $20 more to offer to Meta to buy new clients, pretty much. So what that means, you can, for you to be at the break even, okay, you can spend this exact amount per acquisition. So your CPA is going to be $110 when your competitor's CPA is going to be a $130. Let's just delete this one. So that means your competitor can push more money per purchase inside Meta, and by that, in let's say 1 month or even in 2 weeks, he can outscale you. And if you just manage to do this one thing to reduce your cost of goods from 40 to 20, okay, which is, from my experience, not so hard thing to do, because my example was I started selling my, even it was even higher. I believe it was around $45 dollars, and now it's below 20, okay, around 20, but it depends on the shipping route we're using. So that means I could lower my cost of goods by $25. That means probably because also my competitors don't have that same supplier, that they are still selling at the higher price of their cost of goods. And that means with every order I make net more money that I can put inside back, reinvest back into the meta, into ads, and outscale them each time. Okay. So I really I don't think a lot of people is battling with this, so trying to optimize their cost of goods. But this is one thing you should be doing, but not at a cost of your product quality. But oftentimes, like even those Chinese agents and factories, of course, want to make as much money as they can. You just have to figure out a strategy to squeeze them a little bit, um, and show them that you were consistent, you want to scale. Now, if they lower your costs, you will increase the amount of purchases from them. Maybe you even buy stock. So all of those things can go into decreasing your cost of goods. For example, just by purchasing stock without any negotiations, they're gonna offer you better prices. Next thing is avatar targeting. So if you are still targeting like generic avatars, like grandmas with back pain, then you gonna be fucked. You have to go deeper. You have to do better job at the research part of the business. Well, when I say research part of the business, um, I mean the actual research, not just going opening your Google account and going through articles, going to Reddit pages and just reading them. That is not an actual research. You should be taking screenshots, taking notes of all of those posts that organically were posted by people having that problem, and crafting your own document of research. Now, AI can be very helpful here. So what I do for myself, I always start with the AI research. If you guys want um, better explanation on how to do everything, again, it's inside our community with the prompts to do amazing research with AI, but that is not enough. Once you create a brief AI avatar research, you have to go hands on Reddit, TikTok, YouTube, all of the platforms that people organically post about their problems, about their solutions, about anything in general that is connected to your avatar. You should be reading it and looking at it, and then taking screenshots, taking notes from all the things people say. Now, a lot of people mistaken this research building with just, as I told you before, just going and reading the posts. No, you actually have to be active. And don't forget about TikTok. Don't forget about YouTube. Don't forget about Pinterest. All of these platforms. For example, if you're selling to women that are around 30 years old, and let's say 35 years old woman who just gave birth, okay? You might be going on Reddit, but guess what? Your competitors are gonna go deeper. They're gonna go on YouTube because they know that mommies also post YouTube videos. They have blogs and record vlogs on TikTok, Instagram Reels. They're gonna find all those accounts, and they gonna start um, taking the information directly from them because they are posting the videos, updates about their baby, about their body, whatever it is, weekly, if not daily. So you have a lot of platforms you have to take advantage of in order to figure out what your avatar wants. And now the key here is, like, you might ask yourself, why the fuck would I even do avatar research? So you must do avatar research because then from that you can craft better ads, and you can craft them visually and uh, in terms of copy. Okay, so when you understand your avatar perfectly, then you know what is inside their head. So when they land on your ad, they are going to be, oh my God, they know me. How do they know all of those things? Yeah, you know all of those things about them because you read, heard, and watched what they do. Okay. And this is the part where, how do I say this? So you have brands that are stuck at 10K a month, and you have brands that can scale up really quickly. Okay. For my brand that I show you in the beginning, it only took 3 months to scale it to 600K a month. But as I told you, I used all of those platforms into my advantage. Okay. And then you take all that research into crafting your copy for the ads, and of course, then insight for your funnel. And I don't know if you're doing quiz funnel, if you're doing advertorial, listicle, whatever it is. Once you know at what stage they are, you can meet them there and connect them to your solution, aka your product. Okay. So it's much easier to sell to people once you know them. For example, take an example. If you should, maybe you have a girlfriend, or if you're a woman, you have a boyfriend, and you probably know them and you know what their trigger points are. If you want to convince them to go on a dinner, but it's an expensive dinner, you probably know what to tell them for them to be willingly go with you on that dinner. Okay. And this is the exactly the same thing with the avatar. Okay. You have to understand what their trigger points are, what their emotional status is, what will move them. Okay, this is the answer you're looking for. What kind of emotion I have to present in front of them in order for them to purchase my product. Okay, this is the way of thinking. You have to go inside and stop just ripping creatives and copying everything that your competitors are doing. Because if you're not using uh, a marketing edge inside your creative strategy, then you guess what? You're not gonna be better than your competitors. You're gonna be average, and that means you're gonna be stuck somewhere around 10 to 20K a month. Okay. Then writing copy. So you can, of course, you can hire copywriters, but do you really want to scale your brand so that your brand starts scaling and it depends on some other person who can then be like, okay, if you don't increase my salary from 2, 3K to 10K, I will stop working for you and your whole brand will go to shit. No, you don't want that. You want to scale your brand yourself and then employ or hire other people to help you maintain it and to scale it even further. But you, as a founder or as a creator of e-com brand, you must be the one who knows everything about their brand, who knows from A to Z how did the brand scale. Okay. And with that, you can then make your copywriters, make your creative strategists even better by training them with the exact same process you used to scale your brand initially. Okay. So, of course, you have to get like more people inside your brand, inside your process, but you must be the one that is the killer inside. Okay. So, as soon as problem occurs, you are the one who has an answer, not somebody who you are paying, because in that case they can start using you and start extorting you, not extorting, like telling you, okay, give me more money or else I don't work, and you're fucked. Okay. Because in if you know, and if you know how you scale your brand and you know how to scale it, and if somebody comes up, says, okay, give me 5K more, you just go, nope, fuck off, I can do it on my own, I can hire somebody else, train it up, and that's it. Okay. So you don't hit the wall here. And then the funnel, essentially. So basic landing pages, basic product pages, you should be optimizing this. And this again comes down to the avatar research I talked in the second line here, which is once you understand where your customer is, you can build funnel that targets. So when they click on the ad, when they go from ad to your landing page and tutorial, whatever it is, with the first headline, you know where they are, and with the first headline, you rehook them so they start reading, and rehook them again. Okay, so again, the funnel should be customized for your ICP, ideal customer. And once you do this, hear me out now. What happens here? So, example, your competitors um are ad are are driving uh, the audience to from ad directly to PDP. Let me try. Okay. this is an arrow, okay? And now approximately people spend, let's say, 5 to 8 minutes. No, that is too much. They spend 3 to 5 minutes watching the ad, going on product page, and then deciding what they're gonna do next. Okay. And now uh let's just call it funnel, then PDP. Okay. And now here under the funnel, this can be the tutorial, quiz, I don't know, mystical, what else? Yeah, landing page, pre-lender, whatever it is. Okay. So now people will spend with you more time. That means they're gonna spend probably around from 5 to 10 minutes, because now they're gonna watch the ad. Let's say they don't watch your 3 minutes ad till the end. They decided on a second minute to they decided on the second minute, sorry, minute, on the second minute to jump straight into your funnel. Then let's assume you have a advertorial page where they, of course, don't read everything, but it's really important to have those sub headlines really visible and like a real article. Because if you go on the news and read, I don't know, an article about Dubai and all that shit that is happening there right now about bombing and all that stuff, you probably wouldn't read all the way. You will read sub headline, maybe you read a little bit inside that, you go to the next sub headline. Okay, the sub headlines must be really visible, and the images should be engaging and telling the story of its own. Okay. And then, for example, they spend another 6 minutes on the funnel. Okay. And then they land on the product page where they spend another 2 minutes. Okay. And now we go here from 10 minutes in total, let's say. Okay. Yeah, it's already here. So 10 minutes. What that means? Okay. So this comes to a point of trust. Okay. If somebody is offering me information and like, let's say, content, okay, for me to watch from 3 to 5 minutes, and then another one is offering me content and education, and I can spend up to 10 minutes with them. Okay. Here is the thing. More time people spend with you, more time people read about you, listen about you, all of those things. So gather your content, more trust they will give to you. So you should be making you should be making your customers stay like a lot of as much time as you can with the most engaging time, so they don't drop off. Okay, that means your ads should be good, and if they go from ad to funnel, your ads are good. Now the funnel is the part where they should be rehooked multiple times in order to go from the funnel to check the offer if it's still in the available to your product page. Okay. And this is what I want to say. Like, people, let's take a look, Mr. Beast, for example. Okay. More videos he puts out, more time people spend watching his videos, more people will trust him. It's the same here. More videos I will put out, more minutes of my content you guys gotta watch, more trustworthy I am going to become to you, because I provided value to you guys. Okay, so it's all about providing value to your customers before they buy, because essentially what happens if somebody gets free value, an answer to their question that they have been battling with for, I don't know, past 3 years, and they now have an answer for free. Maybe that's not your product, but just understanding that their problem, it's not inside their bones, but it's actually because of the muscles. Now they feel obliged to give you back, because you gave them the information they have been seeking for. They didn't find it online. Now they found this answer within your ad or within your funnel, and now they feel they should give back to you. And this is where the purchase comes in. Okay, so this, in my opinion, is really important to hold your customers as long as you can, so they spend more time with you than your competitors. And then you can give them a premium priced offer and you will have better conversions than your competitor. So you can, if just we go like selling price, let's go like this. Okay, your competitor selling price is going to be here $100, okay, and he will do good. Now for this whole system you can charge anywhere from like this, okay? You can charge a premium price because you educate them, you gave them free content, you gave them free value, and now this price is how do I say this? It makes sense for them, okay? Of course, you have to then build a good offer as well with what they received after the purchase. Explain to them the transformation because people are actually buying the transformation. I talked about this in my previous video, but you have to focus on the transformation, who they will become after they purchase my product, okay? And then drop them some free gifts, free value, stuff like that. And now this price makes sense. And what happens again here? Your AOV is now higher than your competitors, which comes to, again, if you manage to crack the cost of goods, you should be somewhere around from this calculation of mine, um 40 to 60 bucks in advantage in front of your competitor in terms of how much money how much money or like how much of your profits you can reinvest inside Meta ad account. Okay. And this is the loophole you guys are in. And you are not executing this. You're just doing this and you're doing shitty ads. And that's why you are not scaling. Now, if you want a step-by-step of how I do ads, how I do funnels, how I actually scaled my own brand, and now I'm scaling the second one, which you can watch live inside my community where you can join, and we also offer like daily calls with all of the people inside the group. If you have any question, you can answer straight away. I take a lot of time explaining to you guys your personalized questions and really give a lot of effort into helping you guys scale your brands. And of course, the end is here, the good offer. As I told you here, after the product page, you need to have a killer offer. Okay, this is another thing you guys need. So after they see the product page, now they are convinced they want this product or the, so in this case here they can be either convinced that this solves their problem, convinced that this is the thing they want and will buy instantly. But if they're in the first one, so they know this will solve their problem, but they are not convinced they will buy from you, this is where offer comes in place. So you have to have the bulletproof stupid ass offer when nobody can reject. Okay, it must look ridiculous for them not to buy. Okay, they spend all this time with you. Once you have them here, if they came to your product page, offer is the thing that you have to optimize for, and then you have a perfect system to scale past your loophole, past 30K, past 40K a month. And yeah, so this is of course everything with the same product, just using different system. And yeah, that's it for this video, guys. If you have another question, like if you have any questions, drop them below. I would love to answer them to create a new YouTube video. If not, then I don't know what I'm doing, but you probably have questions. So drop them below and see you into the next video. Bye bye.